Guess, guess, guess. Can you guess? No, I bet you can't guess. Okay, I'll show you. Duckies! Oh, they're just the cutest little things. Here comes the cat. So we are on day 2 of bringing home our little duckies. Oh, they're cute. So they just woke up. They're really good sleepers. They sleep all night long. It's amazing. No, not a single peep at all. Last night we had a little peeping before they went to bed, before they actually settled down for the night. And I did some research and found out that that was because they were missing the other little ducklings that they would have been hanging out with in the farm. They had maybe about 50 ducklings in each pen, and there were 3 pens in one room. They were pretty big. Each of these pens was about the size of my office, so it was a very large room. Really hot. And that was an option, that they could have been missing their other friends, or that they were a little chilly. So I put them onto a hot water bottle. Yeah, you like that I'm talking, don't you? Yeah. So yesterday, we spent an enormous amount of time in the pond. Now obviously I have to work too, so we were out at the pond, and then when they get tired and cold we come in, and they're on my desk for a while, and they're on my lap for a while, and then they're back in their little basket, and then in the evening they go into their brooder. So a little bit of information about these two. Jim is going to get to be about 4 kilos. Now that is because he's bred for meat. I will not be eating my birds. And that means that he won't be able to fly, which is very sad, but at the same time it's quite convenient because Jane over there will be able to fly. She's only going to become 2 kilos. And she will be able to fly. So in fact, she can fly all the way up onto the roof if she wants to. But the lucky thing is that Jim and Jane, they've already bonded. And forevermore, Jane will fly home to the little duck house to be with Jim. Won't you? Yes, you will. So the ducklings, they like to play. They have bursts of energy that last about 45 minutes. They'll get really excited. This is of course my observations at this point and from what I'm reading. They'll get really excited for about 45 minutes. And then you'll want to snuggle. They'll snuggle with each other, potentially they'll snuggle with you. If you've got them to imprint on you, then they're definitely, and by imprinting that means that they think that you're their mother, they're definitely going to follow you around, and they're going to want to get all cuddled and snuggled. They like it where it's nice and warm. And the best way to care for a duck, or a chicken, or actually any animal, if you're planning on caring for that animal like their mother, the best way to do it is to consider what their mother would actually do. So if you go out to a park and you just observe for a while what the mother duck does, how does she pull her babies in, how does she call them, how does she shoo them out of the nest, how long does she sit with them, that kind of thing. That will give you an idea of how much warmth they need, how much cuddle time they need, how much swim time they need. So in this case, I've obviously been doing a lot of research, but I'm also learning based on their own personalities. I can tell you that Jane is a lot more fidgety than Jim, even though in this particular moment, Jim looks like he's got the most energy. Jane is actually the one who's going to go out and do more. Jim likes to sit down, and I think that has something to do with the way that he's been bred. Because he's a larger bird, he's got more meat on his body, which is very unfortunate. I'm going to do a little research and try to figure out how I can make it so that he doesn't turn into a huge lump of blubber, but instead stays a little more healthy. I'm not saying I'm going to starve them or keep them thin, but traditionally in a farm, when you're raising a bird for meat, you want them to eat as much as possible. Whereas out in the wild, they will forage. So they'll get in the pond and they'll eat the little bugs on the surface of the pond. They'll eat whatever leaves or grass has fallen into the pond. They'll run around and eat all the bugs and the grass all around everywhere. They'll get exercise. When they're kept inside, even in an organic farm or a nice happy farm, traditionally they're kept with a little less space, maybe a pond now and then, maybe like a bathtub or a little baby pond that's filled up once in a while. They're not going to get as much exercise, definitely not as a wild duck. They're also going to get way more food. They get food all the time, constantly provided, anytime, no matter what. They're hungry, nibble. So in little Jim's case, you can see that he just wants to sit down and nibble. This is totally awesome for him. So if I put some food next to him, he will sit down, put his head over, and start nibbling on the food. And he has no interest in getting up or having any exercise. So this is a definite concern for me. I'm going to try to figure out if we can get him to have a little more exercise and a little more foraging so that he can go out and have to work for his food, obviously burn some of the calories, and also I'm not going to feed him the fattening foods that farmers like to give to their animals, which are designed to make them fat so that they're better for dinner, for Christmas dinner or Easter dinner or whatever it is they feel like slaughtering their poor little birds for. So in this case, these guys are pets. Now in here, in case you're wondering, they can do their droppings anywhere, but they have grass on the ground, and as they move, it's all going to be turned over. So it's absorbed pretty quickly, and they don't actually get dirty. They also create way less droppings than chickens. Definitely notice that. And this little dish in there, that's a dish of water. And then additionally to the water, I've also sprinkled some of their food on the ground because as a natural duck, they would prefer to forage. And so I want to promote that with them. So the reason why I want them to imprint, the reason why I think that is really important, is because we'd like to be able to take them out to the lake, and we'd like to be able to call them and know that they will come right back. So that's very important. I should also mention that Jim and Jane are the same ducks that you would be eating. There's absolutely no difference with these particular ducks to the type of ducks that you would eat if you go to the restaurant and order duck. That's what they're going to look like. In fact, if I had not brought these two home, they would have gone off to a factory farm. So thanks for watching. I'm Scarlett, and this is our pet ducks. I hope you enjoy all of the videos to come and all the videos we've already put up on sexy, healthy lifestyle diet, raw food, raw cooking, the uncooked raw cooking ideas, and of course our pets. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like the video, and please don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to see anything or you have any questions about gardening, cooking, healthy and organic ways to clean and take care of your home, or about, of course, the pets, the ducks, the rabbits, or the chickens, just give me a comment. Privately or publicly, give me a comment. I check my stuff every day, and I try very hard to get back to you as soon as possible. I will also try to answer your questions in actual videos. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Toodaloo.